I am your own self. I am your own self. And this is truth. How can it be? I am myself only. I am your own self and the self of all the beings that exist and that have to exist.
The very widespread belief in the human kingdom is that we are primarily our bodies and the conditioning that arose for this or keep on arising for this belief, I am the body, and that gives rise to the sense I am a person, I am the person. And the person is a form of consciousness, but it is a very limited form of consciousness. The consciousness is imperishable. The body is not. The body is a time body. When consciousness identifies with the body, then it comes under an illusion and a delusion that it shares the body's qualities. And seeing that the body is prone to sickness and to death and aging, then it believes it is subject to those conditions also. When the consciousness identifies with the body, which it needs in order to taste experiencing, and believes it is the body, I call this the fall. This perhaps is the fall from grace. I will explain further about that. And so we came into the belief that we are limited beings and we're here only for the duration of our bodily life. The consciousness being imperishable, taking on such a belief, it creates a trauma inside the body of being, that we have to do everything now to enjoy as much as we can. The consciousness becomes insecure, fearful, selfish, limited. And somehow has lost a sense of conscious contact with its own source, which is imperishable existence. And so suffering comes into the world. Pain, suffering, conflict. The sense, I am this body and you are another body. My body is blue, yours is green, this one is yellow. Meaning something as though we are fundamentally different. All these beliefs come, and so conflict arises. Then the fear that we will run out of resources, the fear that we will not be liked by another one or rejected by, all these things come for the conscious being who has fallen into a state of hypnosis in believing that it is merely a person. You are much more, we are much more than persons. We are actually the impersonal self that is playing this role as person. So when consciousness plays the role of a person, it comes into a very restricted zone, a restricted realm. And that is the suffering. The large river of human consciousness that is seeking for liberation or to know God or to find the truth moves with this deep belief that we are personal. And so the very fact that we believe we are personal limits the scope in which we can explore. All the while, the fundamental consciousness, which is imperishable, which is totally complete, beautiful, peaceful, blissful, is overlooked. And a much more narrow focus is prevailing in us. And because of this, human beings always, we are speaking from the place of the person. This is wrong. Oh, how can I do this? What can I find? It is a confused state and a confusing state. But somehow it seems in order for this play of existence to happen, for a while we as consciousness had to take the darshan of this ignorance, of this belief we are the body, in order to experience the world through the sense of individuality and of personhood. But because fundamentally we are consciousness, we always have the advantage because we are already the self. Only some awakening must happen whereby we recognize afresh that we are this, not just merely mentally or intellectually, not merely by intellectual conviction, but through pure experience, pure wisdom and understanding. And for this reason, this kind of satsang comes into the play also of existence, to point to those who many are tired of just experiences that fade. on the path to liberation and are looking now for the source. Many people come and they say, I've been practicing spirituality for 20 years, 30 years. Why it's so difficult? I say, it is not. Just correct understanding has to come. And open heart, a willingness to lay aside the bundle of concepts we're presently holding on to see afresh, with fresh eyes. Then we may stand a chance. But we are what we are seeking. And it is my hope that you will come to see this, what is really obvious, but at the same time obviously overlooked, missed. Once the understanding comes, the recognition happens, you're being set free.